everyone, welcome back to my Let's Play Vampyr Part 7, which should be the final part, because I am at the end game for this game. Let's see. Reach the hive. Boy, you really did. Alright.
This place has been ransacked. They've all been slaughtered. Pre-one? No, not their style. Where has Harriet gone? She must have left a trail I could follow.
Hey back, Kitten. I've yet to play this game. I'm at the tail end of it, Kitten. If you want to play this now, if you want to play this game, I'd leave if I were you. Just to give you a heads up. It is a story-driven game, so if you don't want any spoilers, now is the good time to get out. But I've been okay. Thanks for asking. I hope you're well. You won't look you're good? Okay. So the trail is going this way. The way I came from. Alright.
Where is old Bridget? Damn. If I'd come earlier, they would still be alive.
Take not a step further, child, for you are unprepared.
You, at last. I wondered when you would show your face again. Step away. We have nothing to discuss.
Desist, child. You cannot confront the monstrosity unleashed upon this land without due preparation. I shall not allow it.
All right. But no more riddles. Enough of the obscure songs and prophecies. I ask questions, and you answer them.
My words have been as clear as crystal lakes, my child. You seem unwilling to drink, to listen, to learn.
What is your true appearance?
I do not understand. This is who I am.
Blood? You are made of blood. Surely you are joking.
Why would I? And no, I'm not made of blood. I am blood. Blood is what I am since my birth and for eternity.
Okay.
But who are you really? Tell me your name.
I am your maker. I am the servant of the Red Goddess and protector of this land. I have many names.
Just give me one, then.
There are those who call me Myrddin Wild, the Wild Horned Man. But I never was a man. I was born out of blood.
Yeah, I don't know, I rarely play DVD. I just play as, like, friendly killer, mostly.
Why did you choose me?
Only you could provide a modern, scientific answer to this ancient, mystical threat.
Speak to me of this ancient threat.
The blood of hate, vessel of the wrath of the goddess. When she awakens, a disaster will be born into this world, for she is hunger and anger.
What kind of modern answer?
Disease, contagion, and contamination. How they course through veins is your dominion, my child. Your choices have made you. Only you can save this land.
I'm here to stop Harriet Jones. She is the original carrier. The well from which this corruption flows.
I have heard you, but be wary. Harriet Jones's mind is no more. She has metamorphosed into an apocalypse. Born from, drenched in, and driven by the blood of hate.
Tell me about this disaster, creature. I know London fell victim to such a thing in 1666.
A disaster is pure anger born through blood. Its name means bad star, for they reappear when our queen unleashes her unquenchable wrath upon the world.
And who is this queen?
She is the Red Goddess, the Queen of Blood. In my youth, 100 lifetimes ago, she was worshipped as the Morrigan. She is my mother. She is yours, too.
The Morrigan? The Celtic goddess of war? Is this a ruse of some kind?
She has been worshipped in many forms throughout the ages. The true nature of the Red Queen is beyond your comprehension, eluding even mine. But know this, she is a vengeful mother.
So the disaster is some sort of accident. A disease vampires carry dormant in their blood, waiting to emerge.
That's your modern answer. But a disaster is at the same time both less and more.
Tell me what it is then, in your own words.
A disaster is the pure will of our queen. Whenever she dreams of walking this earth, she awakes in this putrid vessel.
What is the blood of hate?
It is the curse of the goddess. It is the hunger in you, the need for blood, the will to strike and to punish, to spit in the eye of God.
I only wish to know how to put an end to this epidemic.
To perform an act so noble, you must protect yourself from its poisonous kiss, my child.
I know. McCullum used such a serum when trying to kill me. However, I have produced a more efficacious version of the antidote.
Your final task awaits you at the end of these tunnels. I've known for ages you were worthy of this challenge, my champion, Bittersweet.
Will it be over then? Once I've defeated this creature?
Yes. The threat will dissipate like so much smoke, for you will have purified its source.
And then what? What will become of me?
How would I know? I am no god, and your fate is in your own hands. For you are our champion.
What will happen thereafter? What future awaits me beyond these dark tunnels?
Your fate, my child, and the fate of this land. A disaster is about to enter this world to smite us all and teach us humility. You are our final hope.
You tricked me. My sister died for your schemes. I have brought suffering and tragedy into this world. I am not, nor will I ever be your champion.
Very soon you'll come to know that sacrifice is sometimes necessary. I understand the grudge a child bears towards his father and mother. Be brave, my child.
I'm sick. So sick. Doctor, help me, please. I'm in such pain.
I'll be glad to be of assistance.
Ah, like your help, Doris. Liars! All of you! My poor baby. I've been such a bad mother. But the Queen herself forgave me. Gave me another chance.
Harriet, you must stop all of this. I can't let you infect anyone else.
How dare you interfere with the Red Queen's plans, Doctor? How can you stop the course of nature? They took my daughter from me!
Is this a dream? Rick, is this anger I feel? Is it wrath? I think it is. Oh, how infinitely, how intensely, how irredeemably are you all going to suffer now? I will reap the land my seed me, abundant and wide, rest
Okay.
Do you think your champion defeated your child?
No one could ever defeat you, mother of us all, for you are our every root and leaf.
You've always been my most amusing son.
Then go back to sleep, my queen, and smile at us from your dreams.
Did they feel my wrath? Have they suffered enough?
More than ever, mother of us all.
Until the next time.
Until the next time.
So it's over then, young Ekon. You have put an end to this terrible menace.
Old Bridget? What are you doing here?
This is my realm, Ekon. This is Suascal territory.
But they were all massacred by the monstrosity that Harriet became.
Others will come, engendered by deceitful vampires. I don't mean you, of course.
I thought you'd been slaughtered, with all the other Suascals.
I was up above, in search of help when Harriet suddenly turned into that thing. I have no idea what it was.
It's over now. London is no longer shrouded in the disaster's shadow. We're all safe.
Yes, You prevailed in the end. I hope you'll forgive me for the way I treated you when first you presented yourself at our gate.
No need to apologize. Really.
Perhaps there will be no stories told or songs sung of what happened here today. But I'll know the truth. Jonathan Reed, newborn vampire, stepped forward and saved us all.
I'm honored to be part of this city's legend. Thank you, old Bridget. May I ask you just one question?
How could I refuse you anything now? I'll answer just as I answered Lady Ashbury when we met a few nights ago.
Who are you? Really?
I was born with the name Bridget Eleanor Wellington. In 1738, my beloved and immortal husband decided to preserve my beauty and youth forever by making me drink his blood.
You were Lord Redgrave's wife. Then the pompous fool rejected you, did he not?
It was about 200 years ago. Peace found me in time. And I sincerely hope it will find you too, now that all is over.
No, it's not over. I may have ended the vampire epidemic, but I still need answers from the woman I love.
I feared you would say that. Go then, young Ekon, and face your fate. Just remember that I'll always be here for you.
London has been cleansed. This catastrophe came about when an ancient, malignant will crossed paths with mortal imprudence. For now, we are safe. For now. My craving for blood remains. Red like hate, red like hunger, red as life and death, passing from one immortal to another, from predator to victim, patiently biding its time to rise again. London has been cleansed for now, but there's a simmering hatred, fear, and old grudges. When will we succumb, mortals and immortals alike? The next disaster is only a matter of time. My only hope now is to catch the woman I love, to understand why she fled, and unmask the secret that has been lurking in her blood for so long. Well, this is it. Lady Ashbury's domain. Why am I not surprised it's not on any maps? I'd better hurry.
Find way. Oh, we're gonna put Truthbit Elizabeth. Oh, here we go.
Beautiful morn, my child. It looks like dawn is here at long last.
Can't you just leave me alone? Your precious queen has been sent back to the bottomless pit from whence she came. The nightmare is almost over.
I am here to say goodbye. The sun's warmth exhausts me. Soon I will rejoin my queen in her endless sleep. It is over. You did well.
Why did Harriet Jones become a disaster?
You are the doctor. You hold the knowledge needed to answer such a question. Have you the answer?
Icors seem to carry various diseases. They did not merely turn people into skulls.
Their presence alone spreads death.
Who knows whether the Red Queen awakens when cursed mortals endure such epidemics, or if the contagions emerge like a curse as she awakes.
I noticed that all the Icors were female, as if a male couldn't endure the metamorphosis. Harriet was also a bitter and resentful woman, as was her daughter.
If the Morrigan prefers despoiled women to become the vessels of her wrath, we should be thankful that but one disaster has been cast upon this wobbling world.
So our beloved mother will just go back to sleep, now that enough people have suffered. Is that it?
No, Jonathan. The Morrigan has been appeased because you dared confront her. You have prevailed, my bittersweet champion.
And what are you to her? Her counterpart? Her opponent in some timeless game?
She is my mother, my dreadful and sour-tempered mother. She is yours too, in a way, but you are not born from her terrible womb like me. You are but a distant child.
What does she seek? Revenge? Retribution?
She seeks nothing, since she only dreams of it. In the ancient tongue, when I was young, her name meant Ghostly Queen. Pray she never fully awakens, for her wrath knows no bounds.
This is not over. I am here to find the true origin of the blood of hate.
'Tis unwise to interfere with a tale rooted so deeply in the suffering of others.
What will happen to Ascalon? Will you let them run the country from the shadows?
With your progeny at its head, it would not be long before this Ekon assembly catches a second wind. To discreetly control its plans is your decision to make.
What will become of the vampire hunters?
They will never stop searching for William Marshall, for he escaped their two great hunts. Remember that you too are now their dark list.
What will become of the Brotherhood?
I foresee trouble for them now that your progeny considers becoming the new primate.
But I'm certain the current primate has no wish to resign.
Exactly. And I am not fully convinced your progeny truly understands what dreadful power he is about to defy.
No. I must know why Elizabeth fled here when I discovered she was the original healthy carrier.
No, she is not what you say she is. That is a secret you will discover soon enough.
And you? Why are you here? Which new thread of which old twisted plan are you seeking to pull now? Tell me the truth.
I am just here to salute my sons, and to bid them fare thee well.
Your sons? Plural? My God, will you ever stop speaking in riddles?
Perhaps I am too old for your spoken language. Perhaps you now have so many subtle words you no longer hear the simplest ones.
When he fought me, Geoffrey McCullum used a serum made of King Arthur's blood. Since then, I have discovered that it was vampire blood. Whose blood was it?
You just said it. It was the blood of a king. The blood of the champion I chose to save this land in its time of greatest peril.
King Arthur was also your progeny. Why am I not surprised?
Yes, he was. But he failed in the end. And centuries, the land suffered his defeat.
Who are your sons? Why do you bid them farewell now?
You are my son, as is William Marshall.
So that is all we are to you? Puppets you create to defeat some threat born from a dreaming devil?
No. You are my sons. I am proud of you. I mourn when you fail.
This is madness. How many have you created? Who else? Shakespeare? Isaac Newton? Alfred the Great? Francis Drake? Thomas More? Guy Fawkes?
My progeny is scarce, for I rarely feel the urge to protect this land. But yes, one of those you named is your immortal brother. Maybe you should meet one night.
Tell me about William Marshall. Why is his blood so strong?
He is not stronger than you, only older. You are strong, Jonathan Reed. A champion of your time, chosen to defeat a threat born of this generation.
Is he here? Is William Marshall here? Is that why you're here now, too?
Have I not already answered that question?
His blood was not tainted. The blood Lord Redgrave possessed. That which I used in the serum. But what if it had been?
Then you would have failed, I suppose. For the blood of hate would have corrupted you too.
Speak clearly, then. And answer my last question.
What is it?
Did I defeat the epidemic?
Now you've found the castle, Jonathan Reed. Only you can answer that. Farewell, my child. I shall dream about you.
But didn't he say, I said at like just before this, he defeated the vampire epidemic? And now he's asking if he defeated the epidemic.
Walls look decrepit. Maybe I can find a way to sneak in.
Oh my. Mary Inglewood. Inglewood.
I cannot enter. The lady of the manor isn't expecting visitors. Maybe it's just my imagination, but I think I smell Elizabeth's perfume. She must be here somewhere.
Old letter, London, 4th of August, 1865. Dear Lady Ashbury, thank you for your recent letter, all the good news it contained. I cannot wait to finally meet you when you arrive in London. The garden is beautiful under the summer sky, although I noted your wish wish to avoid heat and direct sunlight because of your frail health. You're welcome any day. We'll discuss this wonderful idea of yours concerning the foundation of the orphanage for young ladies. Inspired by the French Maison Royal de Saint Louis, sadly closed when the French people chose. My God, I can't even write these words down. To cut their king's head off, such a place, destined to provide a good education to gifted but poor orphan girls, will surely excite my friends here in the city. You can count on me and my influence to help make your project a huge success. Yours ever sincerely, Countess Alexandra Somerset.
It's locked, all right.
Old painting. Portrait of Elizabeth Blackwood by Johannes Vermeer, 1666. Copy of the letter. Ashbury Castle, 21st of September 1795. Dear Mr. McAllister, as the new legal owner of the Ashbury estate, I intend to quickly engage in the overdue maintenance and repairs of the walls and the crypt of the castle. Among the few architects I invited to send forth proposals, I was most impressed by your respectful approach concerning renovations on historical buildings and their preservation. I would be glad to meet you at your convenience. My only request would be to speak to you directly, and not your assistants. Any evening of next month would be agreeable. You may come to the castle, or I can meet you at your office, as you prefer. If you agree to come to the castle, I could show you what kind of repairs and modifications I have in mind. Concerning the crypt, which may not need considerable work and reconstruction, very sincerely, Lady Ashbury.
Like most castles, this one has a crypt, and it holds something special inside.
Portrait of Dr. Jonathan Reed by Elizabeth Ashbury, 1918.
Elizabeth, my love, you allow my portrait to watch over you while you sleep. I'm flattered. This castle is falling apart.
Picture of Lady Ashbury in Paris, 1888. She looks creepy there, I'm not gonna lie.
Elizabeth's perfume. She was here, and recently.
Portrait of Lady Ashbury by Vincent van Gogh, 1885. Recent letter. Danborough Sanatorium, Scotland, 27th of July, 1909. Dear Lady Ashbury, I thank you for your previous letters and ardent discussions about vampire folklore. It's now obvious we share an opinion concerning scientific and modern approach toward the need for blood and the cure of addiction. I must confess, I admire your charitable attitude when I met you at the Danborough Sanatorium, and I'm still impressed by your kindness when talking with humble and poor patients. I was delighted to read about the position of administrator at the Pembroke Hospital you financed since its founding. After a few days of deliberation, I'm happy to accept your offer. It will be for me an occasion to get back to the busy streets of London after years of public service in the beautiful but far quieter Scotland. I will be glad to meet you there and discuss with you further about immortality, its advantages and disadvantages, and how to enhance your condition. I look forward to our next meeting. Yours sincerely, Dr. Edgar Swansea. Recent contract. Inverness, 18th of April, 1907. Dear Lady Ashbury, I write to confirm that my man will be at your castle next Monday to begin the new work on the crypt and its access. The plans have been approved, and it's personally be on site to supervise the installation of the locks and security measures you have requested. I also can assure you that my men have been briefed about never entering the crypt itself on the second floor of the castle. I must say I'm proud to continue and enhance the work started by my great-grandfather, who employed by your ancestor in 1795. Very sincerely, Angus McAllister. This is where I came from. Portrait of Elizabeth and Jacob Blackwood and Versailles, 1788. Fireplaces like this commonly exist anywhere these days. Something tells me I doubt it. Okay. Yeah, I already checked that. Part of me wants to click there, but I want to see what's over here. Maybe I will click to go in here. Probably want to go down there, but not yet. Okay.
This painting looks suspicious. Thirst for blood. This is despicable. I have this thirst for blood. I can't believe I'm doing this. I have this thirst for blood. This is despicable.
Back in that room. Don't want to be there. Don't want to go down there yet. There's the person I just defeated. I guess that's supposed to be King Arthur. Old contract. Inverness, 11th of February, 1807. Dear Miss Ashbury, not sure why I'd say inactivate the senses, but okay. When last we communicated, you asked for the conveyance of a large coffin from Temple Church, London, to the crypt of the Ashbury Castle in Scotland. I am happy to report your request has finally been validated. My drivers have been informed that for security reasons, guards must always protect their coffin. You have hired these individuals who will be waiting for us in London. They also have been informed that under no circumstance should the carriage try to pass a river by boat, but always by road and bridges. For the precious wood and the relics inside the coffin cannot be exposed to humidity and moisture. You'll find a detailed quote for the entire operation attached to this letter. We are ready to go to London as soon as payment is received in full. Very respectfully, Samuel Lewis, independent contractor. Okay. Thought so. Wait a minute. Yeah, okay. Alright. Here we go. Oh, I don't actually go down there. Locate the secret passage. Okay. The sword and the moon are put in blood. It's interesting. The sword, huh?
A sword and a moon are the symbols I should look for.
I noticed that there, but I was wondering why now they're like, oh, this. I know what I should be looking for, but I don't know what to look for it on. Maybe it's in the paintings?
What are these symbols? I can feel a mechanism, but it doesn't work.
There's the sword.
One last switch, and here's another switch. I should keep looking.
Hey, Mira. You missed the big boss fight. The final boss fight. I'm just trying to finish up the story here. There's the moon.
One last switch, and voila.
Ancient Tome, 1217. An angel came to me, blessed to be to God. Michael appears to me last night in all his glory, shaped in glorious blood, to grant me eternal life at the dusk of my life. The apparition was so sublime and terrible that I could not help but lower my head and close my eyes. Struck by the divine gift, I fell to the ground, only to awaken the next night. You will serve me as you served your kings, said the angel before striking me with all his power. You will protect this land through the eons to come. For all who knew me, I should now hide and retreat, for they consider me dead. Soon I will leave the company of men to serve my new purpose. Blessed be God. 1350. Michael appeared to me last night in my retreat under Temple Church and asked me to prepare for battle. The land must be saved. Death is everywhere. The Black Death, an epidemic sent by the devil himself to punish mortals all over the world. My arm is strong. In the name of God, I shall smite the enemies of mankind. England shall prevail. 1569. It is almost 20 years since my fight started against the devil, and the end is uncertain. From time to time, the plague, the Black Death, reappears in a village, in a town, and each time the vicious minions of hell approach to get their share of the mortal suffering. Vampires, dreadful creatures, I won't let this land collapse until my last breath. I'll serve and protect England. 1578. Tonight, in the small village of Hoddesdon, I met the most delicate soul I've ever seen for a long time. She was singing for the dead, singing for those she knew and loved, those killed by a new plague outbreak, without fearing for her own life. Her voice moved me, so I chose to let her live. I offered her eternal life as a reward for her virtue and most pious attitude. Her name is Elizabeth Inglewood. I'm not alone anymore. Together we shall praise God in all his glory for the eons to come. 1618. My heart is breaking, my soul is bleeding. Tonight my dear Elizabeth left me. I have taught her all I knew, all she needed to know. Now she must walk her own path through the ages. This is her wish, and I will respect it. Elizabeth Inglewood, my sweet daughter, is gone, for she now wants to be known as Elizabeth Blackwood. I made her a promise if she... But I made her a promise if she ever comes back to Hoddesdon, she will find me there, managing the bull and her parents owned before dying. William Marshall shall disappear for a few times too now that the Black Death is no more. Until we meet again, I shall be known as William Thorne, waiting for my angel to come back. 1655. The devil is at work again. The Great Plague is back, reaping thousands of lives in London. I must sell the Bull Inn and go there. Once more, William Marshall shall protect the land. 1666. What have I done? I let the devil infect me. God forgive me. The terrifying creature I had to defeat was a demon straight from hell, an abomination of the flesh, a walking apocalypse. I had to trap the dreadful creature in St. Paul's Church and set the building on fire. Without the advice of Michael, I don't know if I could have defeated my enemy. The flames cleansed the city of the demon's presence, but half of London burned down. Ever since I have dreamt of a red flood of slaughter and rage. It's like the disaster had tainted my blood, my very soul. For the first time in centuries, I'm afraid. I shall crawl back to my retreat and pray to God for mercy for my infected soul. 1667. Elizabeth came to me. She said she felt my pain and rushed to save me. My poor daughter, blinded by rage, intoxicated by the blood of hate, I bit her. She fled. Shocked by my betrayal, I laughed and cried as she cursed me. God, have I betrayed you? Have you abandoned me? "1712. My prayers have been heard. I have found the strength to resist the need for blood, the never-ending hunger. My poor Elizabeth, will you ever forgive me? I've heard you now kill and take pleasure in bloodbath with this new progeny of yours. You're a victim in all this. What have I done? I swear I will find a way to make amends for what I have done to you. I swear I shall only rest once I know how to appease the blood of hate." 1785. The Brotherhood of the St. Paul's Stove finally agreed to meet me in London. They proposed to meet inside the new Cathedral of St. Paul. I like the wit and solemnity of these men. What a symbol to choose the place where I defeated the disaster, but also the place where I fell. I agreed to their proposition. There, in the sacred silence of the church and under the eye of God, they respectfully listened to me. They acknowledged my victory against this evil creature, the Dusastro, the eater of stars, who only wished to spread death and pestilence all around her. Since they acknowledged my will to save London in 1666, they heard my request, my burning desire to stop the blood of hate. Their primate promised, I'm going to say primate, their primate promised to come back to me with an answer. The primate of St. Paul wrote back to me with just a name, the Tear of Angels. According to him, this ancient artifact could heal anything, cleanse any blackened soul, and purify my blood. Blessed be the Lord. It took me more than 100 years to find a cure for the blood of hate, but I may finally have found it. Soon the rage shall end soon. I may repair the wrong I did and cleanse my failures. Now all I need to do is retrieve the necessary ingredients to create the artifact. Blood of the purest heart mixed with the blood of a king. To find such rare ingredients is not what worries me the most, for time is on my side. It's the last part that worries me. pure essence of garlic. I'm afraid it will literally hurt like hell when I drink the antidote. But if that's the price to pay to cleanse my soul and correct my mistake, I am ready to endure the excruciating pain. 1786. I finally managed to gather all the ingredients needed to concoct the Tear of Angels. Blood of the purest heart for the fortitude. Blood of the king for courage. Garlic essence for painful cleansing. After months of impatience, almost made mad by the hunger, I waited again and again until finally Elizabeth cautiously came to me as promised. I had chained myself to be sure I would not attack her again. I did not recognize my sweet daughter at first, for she only was Lady Blackwood now, the dreadful mistress of the dark who took delight in slaughter and carnage in France. She smirked as I apologized and cried for what I had inflicted to her. She shouted at me when I tried to explain to her that my bite had infected her, had given her the blood of hate, now burning in her veins and her soul. I told her I have found a cure and that I managed to create one dose of antidote. I gave it to her to give her back her previous peaceful life. In exchange, I only asked her to take care of me, for I intended to be locked down in my tomb, chained if necessary, to impeach me from feeding on any mortal or immortal. She reluctantly took the Tear of Angels and left. I hope to see her again soon, cured at peace. 1794, she came back to me finally, cured, healthy, joyful. My Elizabeth, she told me she had drunk the antidote about a year ago in France after witnessing and taking part in the massacre of the entire orphanage caused by the blood of hate. That's when the Lady Blackwood died. She said she promised she wouldn't take... she promised she would, not wouldn't. She would take care of me now. That's all I ask, as I repent for the murdered souls caused by my negligence of more than 100 years. 1795. My dearest daughter came back last week to tell me the good news. She recently bought a castle in Scotland. She will soon finance the renovation of the castle crypt to provide me a new retreat. Far from temptation, far from the noisy, crowded cities, I can't wait to embrace the solitude, find the peace I need to refrain from killing. God, please give me the strength to resist the urges during the journey from London to my new domain. Before I leave, I should give a copy of these memoirs to the Brotherhood of St. Paul Stole, without the most shameful and sensible information, of course. Soon I shall leave London to pursue my penance. There I shall find peace at last, with the support of my resuscitated Elizabeth. And now that I just read a novel... Okay, just checking to see if anybody was like around there. Okay. Hey Gunner, I'm okay. Just wrapping up the game.
Drop your sword, Father. You have nothing to be afraid of.
Shall we abandon this then? Shall we lower our heads?
No. No. You taught me that.
Blood is approaching. Old but young. How strange. Shall I drink it? Smite it?
No, Father. He is a friend. Please. Rest. I'll take care of it.
Caution, Elizabeth. Deceit runs through these veins.
I know, Father. What took you so long, Jonathan?
Is this...
Yes. This is William Marshall, 1st Earl of Pembroke, servant of 5 mortal kings, former regent and savior of England. The greatest knight who ever lived, according to some.
And... you called him father?
For he gave me eternal life, and much more.
I have so many questions, Elizabeth.
You always had questions, Dr. Reed.
Now that I stand before you both, in this vault, I know not where to begin.
We still have a few minutes left.
Where are we? What is this place?
This is the Ashbury estate. I inherited the title when I purchased the castle.
Is this your retreat? Something of a secret place?
It's more of a sanctuary, really. This is where I take care of my father. Ever since he became... unwell.
Are you not afraid someone might discover you here? It's not that hard to find.
Do not assume that I would hesitate to silence anyone who tried to reveal my secret. Fortunately, it has rarely come to that.
Why did you flee here?
When you told me I was the healthy carrier, I had nowhere else to go.
You mean you had to return to the real source of this scourge?
Yes, to end it, once and for all.
Will you go back to London?
No, Jonathan. I do not intend to.
And what of your daughter?
Charlotte is a strong, independent woman who's about to come into money. I took care of everything. Now it's time for her to shape her future.
I have destroyed the disaster, this creature that Harriet Jones had become. The epidemic is no more, and London will recover. In time.
Yes. You did well, Jonathan. You truly saved the city.
Yes, we did. Despite all obstacles. I'm truly convinced we did it together, Elizabeth.
I cannot bear knowing I was the cause of all this. Through the use of my own blood.
No. This catastrophe was the result of unethical experimentation. And the will of a creature so inexplicably evil, she exceeds all the terrible wonders I have seen since my death.
But it was my blood all along. My corrupted blood of hate. The poisoned blood of my father. A healthy carrier. That's all I am.
We could cure him.
It's too late. The blood of hate has run for too long. The antidote would not work on him. I tried. Believe me, I tried.
Is he dangerous?
What do you think? He is a thirsty Ekon who has not fed in centuries. An elder vampire, driven by an urge to kill and spread the blood of hate.
Can he communicate?
Yes. Sometimes he even seems like the noble knight who saved and raised me. But you know, the malice never fully leaves his eyes.
No redemption, then.
And yet he thinks he has been offered immortality by the angels to protect the feeble and to smite the unholy.
Why are you hiding William Marshall here?
How could I not take care of him? He sacrificed himself by giving me the only dose of antidote he had.
What do you do for him?
I visit him as often as possible. I paint the landscapes he will never see again. I feed him with my blood.
You feed him? You barely sustain yourself on the weak blood of the dying, yet you give him your blood?
After he saved me from the blood rage, I swore I would never kill to feed. He said the same.
He gave you the antidote?
Yes. And in doing so, he knew he'd have to be confined here. And yet he volunteered. That's how great a man William Marshall was. And still is.
William Marshall infected you. He is the true, original carrier.
Yes. But he saved me by sacrificing himself.
Saved you? How?
The tears of angels. The cleansing of impure blood by an older, more powerful blood. It worked on me, did it not?
Yes. Blood is the definitive key to our species. Scowls, cleansing, lineage. Do you really think it worked?
It has, Jonathan. I was nothing but a beast who took pleasure in slaughter. I roamed across Europe, reaping my bloody crop. It was the blood of hate. But my father's antidote cured me.
Who are you, really?
How could I answer that? I went through many lives and identities to reach this day. To you, I am Elizabeth Ashbury, and that's all I wish to be.
I understand. And I respect your desire for privacy.
Thank you, Jonathan.
How did you meet William Marshall?
He was an Ekon for centuries when he found me. He saved me from certain death by making me his progeny.
Why did he choose you?
You should ask him that.
Did you ever blame him?
Not even when he was infected and bit me. He is my father. He raised me. He taught me how to behave.
What about us?
What do you mean?
You know my feelings towards you, Elizabeth. But you left without a word. So I'm worried about your feelings towards me.
I love you, Jonathan. I've loved you since the moment I saw you rescue poor Mr. Hampton in that filthy slaughterhouse. Forgetting the danger as you turned your back, like the newborn fool you were.
You should have told me.
No, Jonathan. The William Marshall myth lies at the heart of so many hostile plans. I could not risk jeopardizing his safety.
So why did you come here? You knew I would follow you. I can't let you go.
Because I know now the blood of hate is still in my veins. No one but I can put an end to this tragedy.
I can help you. You can trust me, Elizabeth.
No, I cannot. You chose to follow Ascalon's orders. You unleashed an immortal Aloysius Dawson into this already fragile and suffering city.
Would your protege agree to speak with me? I have so many questions for him.
Go on, Jonathan. But be careful.
Yes?
Sir William. My God. You really are William Marshall. You served Richard the Lionheart and his brother, King John. It is such a privilege to meet you.
I did in my day. Come closer if you want to speak. For my hearing isn't what it used to be.
I think your hearing is fine, sir.
What is it you want then?
I found your research on the antidote. The tears of the angels. What ingredients did you use?
Once I understood what the ingredients were, I used the tears of King Richard and the pure blood of the valiant Vampyr.
And did it work?
Yes. The tears cleansed my poor Elizabeth's blackened heart. It was such a blessing to see her smile again.
King Richard and Vampyr. How did you find such relics?
It took me many years to locate their hiding place. Then I had to learn the formula. If I recall, it belonged to an ancient brotherhood. The Order of St. Paul, I believe.
I found and defeated the disaster that was threatening to smite London. You should know that the city is safe for now, Sir William.
Then may I call you brother? Did you resist its poison? Even a scratch from a beast so evil could endanger you and all those you care for.
You also defeated one in 1666. Who was it?
She was a malicious witch who spread plague throughout the city with her army of rats. She had been hiding in a bakery in Pudding Lane for months when I finally found her.
How did you defeat it?
We fought for hours. In the end, I had to lock her in St. Paul's Cathedral and burn the building down. I wanted to be sure she was destroyed.
The blood of hate. How does it affect you? Do you feel it now?
The blood of hate? Yes. Nothing more than a sneeze, really. A sneeze held for so long, you could blow a fortress down if you released it.
Can we speak about the Morrigan?
The Red Queen? What of her?
You met her, did you not?
Just once, but she never ceased to sing to me. I love her song. It is a song of blood and war. I only wish she would sometimes let me rest.
Do you know who she is?
I don't want to discuss this in front of my sweet Elizabeth.
Why?
For a time, she too could hear the Red Song. The steps she danced to its melody brought pain upon the world.
I would like to ask you about vampires.
Vampires? What about them?
Considering your experience, please tell me what you know.
They are terrible creatures. I have seen and fought many in my time. Foul temptresses with sharp claws and shrieking beaks.
Where did you encounter such creatures?
The last time I saw one was in a Celtic temple near Salisbury. A terrible and god-forsaken place full of ghosts and pestilence.
I have never seen such a creature. What are you talking about?
Of course you've never seen a creature like them. Vampires are deadly, swift and implacable.
Do you remember Myrddin, your maker?
Only God is my maker, for he created everything on this earth. He blessed me with eternal life through his archangel, Michael.
But Myrddin, Michael, is a vampire. He made you a blood-sucking creature of the night.
Blood, yes. I used to drink it from the throats of the unworthy. Then I was punished for my deceit. During my penance, I rely entirely upon my sweet Elizabeth.
Tell me about Elizabeth. How was she infected?
I do not wish to discuss it.
Please, Sir William. I need to know what the blood of hate is. How is it transmitted?
After defeating the disaster in St. Paul's Cathedral, I returned to my retreat, infected. This is where my sweet Elizabeth found me, for she heard my pain from across the sea.
Where is this retreat you mentioned?
In London, under Temple Church, beneath my empty tomb. I always loved to sleep there while listening to the bell above.
What happened then?
The blood of hate had twisted me into a rage-filled man. I attacked my progeny and infected her too. Forgive me, Elizabeth. I failed you.
You bit her again? Is that how she was infected with the disaster's blood? I think I understand now.
Elizabeth fled, and I fell to my knees. I swore I would find a way to make things right.
How did you meet Elizabeth?
Times were tough. I had awakened to protect the land from a new plague. I heard her sing for her dead family. Singing for her death to come. I chose to save her.
When was that?
It was so long ago. A few years after Elizabeth of England and Catherine of France established their alliance against Spain.
What did you do?
I raised her as my progeny. After she left to see the world, I rebuilt her deceased parents' inn. Owned it as William Thorne for a time. Those were good years.
Did you really sacrifice yourself to save her?
That was the only righteous path. The blood of hate made me betray her. I am at peace here. I can think about what I've done and how I failed.
Do you not want to be cured?
No. This hunger is mine. I would feel empty without it. It has been part of me for so long. All I want is quiet. Silence.
You agreed to be confined here, then?
Yes. Once I was sure she was cured, I asked to be locked down here. I deserve it. The world needs it.
We could set you free. Let you out. Isn't that what you want?
I pray for the day I'll see the sky again. I have all but forgotten its colors. I could walk and do so many things beneath the stars. But I doubt it would be wise to release me.
Then will you stay here and repent?
Elizabeth told me it will not be long now. I cannot wait to feel the sweet caress of her hand on my cheek after so long, as she releases me. Has the time come?
Yes, Father.
Why not unleash me then? To see the sky a final time?
You already are the sky, and all its stars.
I'm not defeated, for I welcome the sword you bear, for it is mine.
You were never defeated, my lord. Farewell, Father. And to you also, Jonathan.
What do you mean?
I can't stand what I've become. This healthy carrier, as you put it. The flames will purify the poison that runs in my veins.
No! I won't allow this to happen.
I am death,
Jonathan. Wherever I go,
I am Dr. Jonathan Reed, champion of Murden, chosen to save England from the vampire epidemic. I could cure you.
What do you mean?
We are creatures of blood, Elizabeth. Everything about us is in our blood. With time, I could perfect the antidote William Marshall gave you. Trust me, for time is on our side.
That is a risk I cannot take, Jonathan. I won't bring another such disaster into this world.
Elizabeth, no. Trust me. I can save you.
How could I trust you, Jonathan? How could I take such a chance?
I'll stay here with you then. As long as we must, until I find a cure.
You have no idea what you're talking about, Jonathan. Despite his madness, William was strong enough to start the centuries. I doubt we can do the same.
That's where you're wrong, Elizabeth. Since I murdered my poor Mary after my rebirth, I vowed to never take a life again, and I've succeeded.
I'm not sure I have the strength of character. I'm not like William. I'm not like you.
Let me teach you then. Come with me, my love.
Oh, Jonathan, if only this could be true. I really don't know.
We'll run away. Go to the deepest forests, the highest mountains. Untouched by man, we'll hide in solitude until I find a cure.
Do you trust me then?
Until the end of the world, my love.
One prayer for the summoned, called by this song. Child born from darkness, whose path he must find. Now the song is sung and your path chosen. England is safe, for you have prevailed. I wish you a peace duly earned for the centuries yet to come. And they will come. I bid thee farewell, my champion bittersweet. My queen sleeps once again, and I'll soon join her slumber. Until alas she rises, woken by the hunger never fed.
Silver trophy achieved, a taste for blood. And beating the final boss gave me a gold trophy. I can't remember what it was called. But anyway. The end. And that is Vampyr. Oh my. I enjoyed this game. I like it. The ending didn't end stupid. It was a nice, ending. Where it's like, yeah, we stopped it, we saved the day, and the blood told me that she, is, resting in an endless sleep. And then they say that, she will return, one day. But then all you gotta do is just do the exact same thing again to take out the problem. To save the day again. Right? It's like fighting, good and evil. There will always be, an evil out there to be taken down. That's how I kind of see this. I like this. This is a good story. It was interesting. I like what they did with the storyline of taking, history and then adding non-fiction to it, and they told their own story, and I think it was a good story. Thank you. Mira. Getting to comments. Is it storming in your area? Gunner, I don't know if you're still here, but it went past us. The only thing we got was rain, and it wasn't really that bad rain either. It was fine rain, just normal rain. I see butts in my chat. not sure if she's still here or not. But yeah. Anyway. Yeah, my fan's going, but I wanted to mute myself for all of the, you know, for the story, for the ending. I don't know if there's anything at the end of this, so I'm gonna wait for this, to play all the way through. But I'm just glad, like, because the way I looked at this game for the entire time was, do I like this game? Like, do I like the game? Like the story's drawing me in. Do I like the game? Is it fun to play? Yes. But I didn't know if I would like the game. The story intrigued me. It was fun to play. But sometimes games have the, like, and this is my opinion. Like, I know a lot of people, and then it's probably the least popular, or the, you know, the less popular, you know, it's not the popular opinion. It's, you know, I'm not gonna say spoilers for this game, but it doesn't have the Resident Evil 8 effect, where it's like, hey, this is a fun game, I'm really enjoying the story, and then when it hits that moment to where everything I, like, came about that I did not like came to be, and I was just like, yeah, now I hate the story. I don't like this. I just don't like this, sorry. It didn't go off the it didn't go off the rails, but I just didn't like where it went. So that's all I can say. So I'm glad this game doesn't have the Resident Evil 8 effect, where it's like, hey, I'm enjoying this game, the story's good, it's interesting, and it didn't end stupid. So, hats off to the creators of this game. Now that you have beat the game, did you like the game? Yes, I do like this game. Kind of want to buy this for Xbox now. Right on. You probably get it for cheap, Mira, because this game's cheap on the PlayStation. Honestly, knowing you, since you're down in the States, you'll probably find this game for $20, maybe even less. Will I platinum it? Good God, no. Good God, no. No. There's just no way. $40 on Xbox? Get a physical copy of the game. That's where you'll probably end up finding it for cheap. But if you don't buy it, like, you know, for the full price... No, sorry, if you don't buy it physically, then I would just wait for a sale, honestly. Is this game worth $40? Yes, to me it is. I think it is. But the reason why I don't want to platinum it, as Gunner already knows, I gotta do, basically, I already have like a side play of this going on, and it's like me killing people, me being violent, but I don't want to, like, how can I word this? Alright, let's see. Nope. We're just taking right back to the beginning. Cool. No extra scenes. Yeah, I would say this game's worth $40 for sure. Spoil the experience? What do you mean? Like, the thing this is for me, the thing about this game, or the thing about this is that, like, I have, like, another playthrough I'm doing, like, you know, like, this one I was more of a pacifist, except, yeah, sure, I killed 2 people that are, you know, I killed 2 people, but, I was trying to save everybody that I could. But the only reason I killed 2 people is because one I didn't really like, and I thought she was a complete B. Though I could have just, like, chose not to fight her. But she was, like, fighting me. But I could have just left and avoided her. And the other person was a, like, wolf-type creature, and I killed him. And I was just like, whatever. It was, Giselle. But I didn't kill her sister. I liked her sister. So it was, like, Giselle... And I can't remember who the other person was. It was the guy from the bar. From early in the game. It was like Delaney, or his name is, or something. It starts with D. Those are the two people I killed. But, yeah. Anywho. But, I would have to start up a third process of playing it on... the easy, on normal mode, on a pacifist run, but without killing those two people that I killed. And choosing all the other options that I chose for this run. Then I have to do another run to get all, you know, well, it doesn't have to be on normal, but to find all the different type of weapons. You didn't kill the serial killer. Probably not, no. There's probably side quests that I missed. But I honestly don't mind. I really don't. But, you know, that's for people to explore and all that stuff, because I didn't get all of people's hints and all their backgrounds and their stories and that. This game has, you know, one big, huge, like, connection, you know, as Gunnar told me, like, everybody has, like, something to do with, like, each other in some way, shape, or form. Well, quite a few people have, like, you know, ties with other people in this game. And, like, almost like one, like, nice, you know, bow, basically. But yeah. Did you do your mother's mission? Nope. Didn't even know she had one. Like I said, there's a lot of side story I missed. I decided to just go with the story and not really so much the other stuff. But yeah. So anyway, then the other playthrough I gotta do is killing people to get all the other, like, stuff. Like, I am doing one where I'm killing everybody, but the thing is I don't know how to come across every single weapon in the game, and you need to do that for a trophy for a run, and I don't have that. And I wouldn't even be getting it on the other run I was doing off stream. So yeah, basically I gotta do 4 playthroughs, or 3 playthroughs, and maybe almost 1 whole playthrough. I don't know, depending on how things are. I don't know exactly. But I was just like, no, I don't really want to do this. I don't feel like it. I just want to, like, I didn't even use, like, a lot of the, mainly button mashing and using the blood sphere. And I'm okay with that. I know a lot of people will be like, oh my god, you should have used this, you should have done this. This would have been so much easier, but you know what? That's just how I play video games. If I can make it through without having to do that stuff, I'll do it. Can it make things harder for myself? Yes, but that's just who I am. Does it add more of a challenge? Yeah, it can. And if I'm able to do it without doing all these other things that'll make things easier, then I guess that's a pat on the back for myself, because I'm making things more difficult for myself and I'm actually able to complete it. You know what I mean? If that makes sense? I make things harder for myself sometimes without even, like, realizing, or sometimes I do realize, but I'm just like, hey, I just completed this without even having to do this. You know, and I pat myself on the back. Is it unnecessary? Yeah, but I don't know. I guess I could just look at it as I just challenged myself. But anyway. Wait, to get all the weapons you had to do... a lot of the side missions. And there you go. The game can really stretch out, yeah. So yeah. But the thing is you gotta make the right decisions, and you gotta choose the right conversation things in order to unlock things, and if you don't, then you'll unlock something, you'll lock hints for good, and blah blah blah, all this other stuff. I would have to follow a guide just to figure out how to do all this stuff, and I really don't want to take the time and the effort to do that. I'm sure this is an easy platinum, but I just can't be arsed. What would I give this game out of 10? I would probably give this game an 8.5. I think 9 would be a little too high. So 8.5 would be very fitting for this game. It is fun. It kind of plays like if I was to tell somebody how does this game play out, it has the game mechanics of like a Souls game or Bloodborne, but the difficulty is not there. Like if Demon Souls is a 10, this game is like a 5. Maybe 4. Depends on like how good at like a game, like if you're good at games, when it comes to this type of gameplay. Because I mean, you could be good in another game, type of RPGs, but not like this kind. Who knows? But if you can play Demon Souls and Bloodborne in that, or well, okay, if you can play Demon Souls or maybe even Dark Souls, then you should be this game you can easily play. But if you don't really play those games, this would probably be a good game to still play to see if it's something for you, like for you. And when I say you, I mean the viewer. I'm not talking about any specific people. You found it like the Witcher combat? I mean, yeah, you know what, now that you mention it, yeah, I guess so, because you get more XP for completing missions in that game, don't you? Because I was going to say, it plays sort of like the Souls-like games without the difficulty, and the way to get XP is by beating bosses and doing missions, side missions, or just, you know, going through the story. But if you... that's how you get it. You don't get XP by just randomly killing people. But you can get very little XP, from 25 to 100 XP, for curing people of diseases in the game. I know that's not much, but sometimes maybe you need a couple of those 25s and 100s or whatever just to get to that certain number so you can level up an item. Or to, you know, put, you know, XP into your skill. So yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I recommend this game. I recommend this game to people. It is fun. So yeah. I'm done. I'm done with Vampyr. I'll play the other playthrough off stream. But, yeah. I don't know, there's not really much else to say about this game, honestly. The load times are a little bit, but you know what? Like, I tell people I'm patient, and people are like, you're not that patient as you think you are. And I'm like, I am to a certain degree about certain things. I'm patient. But other things, I'm like, oh my god, this is ridiculous. But the load times in this game are a bit long. But you know what? It's quicker for the load times are quicker in this game than it is to find a match in Dead by Daylight. Anyway, So yeah. And Mira can attest to that. Alright. Well, anyway, this has been my Let's Play of Vampyr. Thank you all for watching. I have a feeling, I don't know, like, the way this ended, they could have done another Vampyr game, like, set in the, like, in the future. But I really don't think they should. I think they should just keep it to the one game. Because this game just, like, for the time set that this game takes place in and all that stuff, like, it's great for what it is already. I don't think they should do a second game. I really don't. I think they told the story that they needed to, and I think they need to just be like, let's just do this. That's it. Well, they can still do Vampyr with Jonathan, because, you know, he can survive for centuries and stuff, right? And he could still look, you know, the same as he does now. It's just like Elizabeth, how she looks young. She says she's 27, but she's not. But the thing is I just don't want them to do a Vampyr 2. Vampyr 1 is good enough as is, and they shouldn't need to do a remake. They shouldn't do a sequel or a prequel. I think they should just leave it as is. Maybe a prequel, just to tell his story, maybe. But that's it. But I wouldn't even go that far. I still wouldn't say that. But if they had to do it, I would say a prequel to this. But if it wasn't for the prequel, then I would just be like, yeah, just don't even do it altogether. Like, if they had to do something, do a prequel, not a sequel. But I still wouldn't want anything. Just leave Vampyr as it is. Alright, that's it. Enough ranting from me, or rambling, I should say. Thank you all for watching. What is my next game going to be? I don't know, but it's going to be from my PS Plus library, probably. So, yeah. I would like to thank Badkin for coming by, Mira for popping in as well, Gunner for popping in, Shulatin Butt for coming in, and anybody else who has been... That's it. Mod privileges revoked. Ban. Gunner's banned from chat. For bringing up World War Z. I kid though. Oh my lord. Alright, yeah. And anybody else who has been lurking, thank you for the lurk. I greatly appreciate it. Your lurk means a lot. And I do count that as support. And if you're watching on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed this Let's Play. Have you played this game? Let me know what you think in the comments. I know I didn't do it for the challenge, I did it for the story. If I wanted it for the challenge, I would have played this on normal mode. So, yeah. But I got one thing to say. One final thing to say about all this. It's your turn, Tomo. You can do it. I believe in you. Thanks for watching, everyone.